start this one? What are we? Because we gotta wait for people who are like, we gotta wait for like something good we can start off of. You know. Oh God, here we go.
Oh.
Here's a crowd. See, this guy has the thorn crown.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back here a little late tonight for the NRBA, the National Ragebait Association. We got a good one cooking up for you tonight. Today we have today's player of the game. He is going to claim that religion is brain dead. Clearly, honestly, a very strong Ragebait take. I think he's got a lot of potential netting him some points for this season here tonight.
Yeah, Jim, and if you look here, he actually has what may or may not be the Captain Jack Sparrow on his side of this argument. So, you know, a well-known rage baiter, you know, worldwide. I think, you know, we could see some insane plays here tonight. I'm excited to see this game could go to either side. What do you think, Jim?
Well, absolutely. As we saw earlier before we started recording, he had quite a few people at his booth arguing his point, but they're going to back off as soon as we start talking. I think they're a little scared of Skitty Tub and what he has to say here tonight. And looking at the roster with Jack Sparrow at his side, that's just a team that radiates depth. And that's what you want when it comes to a strong rage-baiting squad, is you want depth. Whenever you can't get it done, someone like Jack Sparrow or someone else on the bench can get it done. This is a really strong team here. And I think they could end up changing some points here tonight. And that's really that's the kind of the goal you want to stand out in this league. You want to make the playoffs. You want to make a deep playoff run. You got to not only successfully rage bait people, but you got to change people's minds. And I think even though a bold claim like religion is brain dead, he could make a strong impact here tonight on some religious individuals.
Yeah, Jim, but you know, you can never really know with a topic like this. You just have to see how it goes, because, you know, some people can be very stubborn, especially on this topic. It's not something people are easily going to be, like, have their opinion changed about. So I think we'll just have to wait and see how this one goes.
Absolutely. This is like an unstoppable force versus an immovable object. A person's faith in their religion and someone's will to make others mad. And honestly, it's really just going to be interesting here tonight, and it seems like we have an individual coming up to the seat. Although he doesn't have voice chat, it looks like he is asking Jack Sparrow for Robux.
Yeah, Jim, I don't know. Not an exciting start to the game here tonight. I was kind of hoping for, you know, more going on at the beginning of a game like this. We'll just have to see if anybody wants to come up.
Earlier, Jim. We should have gotten here earlier when there was like about 4 or 5 women arguing with him at once. He just couldn't get enough play there. And honestly, the successful rage bait, I think, really worked out in his favor. He has a strong lead compared to a lot of the other rage baiters we've seen throughout the league. And although he's a newcomer, he is starting off strong.
Yeah, here he's saying he had an aspiring Catholic priest earlier. I would have loved to be there for that argument. But sadly, we appear to have just missed it. But, you know, who knows? Maybe we can get another good contender coming up here tonight.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to talk to another Catholic priest, Jim. The last 2 interactions I had with a Catholic priest, one reset the universe and the other one touched my little brother. So I don't know if that's really someone you want coming up to your booth and talking to you. But honestly, in my opinion, with such a strong religious individual, I think getting someone like them mad, a man of God, honestly, that is how you get some good points up on the board. That's like Curry in the Olympics final when he shot back, or took a wide step back and shot the 3. I mean, that's kind of like the sense of gravity you get from rage baiting a priest.
Yeah, and I don't know, Jim. I think, you know, I don't know if I want to know what a Catholic priest might do to you if you make him too mad. So, I don't even know if we could broadcast that. So, maybe it's good we didn't show up any earlier.
Yeah, absolutely, Jim. Last time I rage baited a priest, he cast a spell on me to turn me into a little kid, and then he raped me.
Yeah, Jim, I don't know. That could get you a quick voice warning. I'm not sure, though. I'm not a professional Roblox moderator, but I do know the rules of the game pretty well. And, I don't know.
I don't know, Jim. The ref hasn't stepped in yet. I haven't gotten my warning yet.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think priests cast spells. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know, Jim. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Oh, and it appears the booth is now going to disappear and move one to the left. What an exciting development.
He's going to take a quick sidestep to the right there. I think new positioning could be key when it comes to taking on more Ragebaitees. If he wants more religious people to come up and have a discussion with him, I think this is the way to go about it. Seeing that the server tends to be located on one side, like over there, perhaps moving your booth closer or farther to them could end up bringing more people to your booth. It's all about location and positioning.
Yeah, Jim, you know what they say in real estate, location, 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 and this movement brings us closer to being centered with the well in the center, so that could maybe draw more attention to the booth. We'll just have to see.
Absolutely. And honestly, Jim, if you ask me, the moment they seize the opportunity, they should bring themselves to the booth that says, "Prove to me God isn't real." I think they could personally have an argument with the owner of the other booth, and that could bring him an astonishing amount of points, Jim.
Yeah.
You're gonna show us the booth, Jim. You're gonna have to show us that booth.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh, come with me, come with me.
Yeah, just this way.
Oh wow, it exists. Which is not. Wow, Jim and Jim, this is some astonishing reporting we've got going on. Thank you for this.
And new arrival, we are now going to switch sides with Skitty going on the offensive. Our Ragebaiter of tonight walking up to the Ragebaitee, potentially Bacon Pro, or we could see some reverse action, Bacon Pro Ragebaiting our Ragebaiter of tonight. Let's see, this could get very interesting here, Jim.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how this could go. We've seen a lot of talking going on over at this booth, but we haven't been looking into it very much. So, I don't know. We could see some very exciting plays.
We have a Forsaken fan in the crowd, currently taking Rhino pills, and just like that, he's going to pass out in the middle of the crowd, Jim.
Yeah, Jim, I see that. You know, I remember when I was addicted to gas station Rhino pills. Very dark time, but I've gotten better. And, I know what that's like. So I feel very sorry for this man. You know, I think maybe after he gets off the Rhino pills, he could have the brain clarity to stop playing Forsaken. But we'll have to see.
Absolutely, Jim. Maybe he can recover from something as disgraceful as playing Forsaken. But let's come and see here as Bacon Pro is going to make his first interactions with our Ragebaiter for tonight.
Now we're cooking now. We're business.
I'm gonna crash out. I just got Ragebaited times 1,000.
Hey.
The vegans are not.
And a poor Ragebaitee begging for the refs' help here, claiming to have been Ragebaited so hard, and yet they don't seem too mad.
Now we gotta wait for the regrouping.
Yeah, I don't know, Jim.
My original question one more time. I got very far away from that. I can't disprove God. So why can you prove God?
He's gonna shiver his timbers when he realizes.
Okay, we have an interesting point here from this person here named Zoe. I'm excited to see how they develop it.
What is that VR?
Exactly, so you can't. So why are you claiming?
Bacon, bro. Humble them. Yes. Okay. Yes.
Jim, someone is going to offer me Rhino pills. I will absolutely take those. Give me those any day. I would love me some Rhino pills right about now to take away from this discussion of religion. And just like that, Jim, I'm going to overdose and pass out in the middle of the crowd.
Yeah, Jim, happens to the best of us. I know peer pressure is a strong thing, but you know, Jim, I used to be addicted to gas station Rhino pills, and I'll tell you right now, there's a dark road to go down, so you want to be careful with those things.
Yeah, absolutely. I doubt that's going to be an argument used in tonight's Ragebait, but you never know. We've seen some very interesting things before, and it looks like Bacon and Zoe are going back and forth in a pretty impressive display here. Ooh, Zoe's gonna make an interesting point. I think he's onto something here. Bacon losing his footing here.
No. Bacon, come on.
Okay.
Looks like we have some fans in the crowd here rooting on Bacon's side. Not something we see often that the Ragebaitee is going to be the one being rooted for.
Absolutely, and it seems like this isn't our original Rage Baiter. It seems as if this is a different individual coming up here. So when we have two Rage Baitees coming up somewhere, honestly, I think that is beyond interesting. Let's see who gets mad first. Two people susceptible to anger, a likely military edit fan and a trans person, both two groups who have had a history of being discriminated against. So let's see. Oh, and just like that, Jim, the booth is going to be taken down.
Wow, Jim. And if you look over here, it actually appears that the Rage Baiters we were with formerly have actually moved their booth.
You guys were making me laugh really hard while we were doing that. Y'all are awesome.
I love these commentators. I love what you're doing.
Actually, so
You guys are awesome, bro. You guys are actually awesome. That was incredible.
Just a truly amazing offensive display by Zoe there. He is going to make the religious military kid give up his stance at booth. He is currently seething with rage. I think that's going to be it for him tonight, Jim. Is that the... I think that's the saber of red from Fate Apocrypha, if I don't mistake myself, Jim.
Yeah, Jim. We also have a Stolfo way back there, Jim. I don't know if you see that.
Whoa, wait, Femboy, where?
Way down over here, Jim.
Yes, I have played Dead by Daylight before, and yes, it's terrible.
No, I didn't say Dead by Daylight. I said for safety.
Yeah, no, you said Dead by Daylight.
No. I didn't say Dead by Daylight. That's 3 words. I said Forsaken. That's 1.
Yeah, Dead by Daylight.
I loved it.
Okay, in an elite move here, my commentating partner Jim here is actually going to start rage baiting this Forsaken fan.
Forsaken.
I know, and I would like, just for all the people watching at home, I want you to understand this tactic of rage baiting, correcting someone even though they know what they said was correct. This is a really innovative tactic that has been used for years. Honestly, it dates all the way back to the lobbies of Modern Warfare 2, one of the founding fathers, one of the structural pillars of the art of rage bait, and has since evolved from there in almost every single community. If you look, you will see this tactic be used everywhere, from 4chan and Reddit forums to, like I said, Modern Warfare 2 lobbies. And here I am using classic rage bait tactic on this guy here today.
Thank you, Jim and Jim. You made this like truly the best internet argument I've ever gotten.
For real. Thank you both. You're awesome. You guys
Thank
Absolutely,
you for the
I
kind
can't
words, people of the
congratulate
crowd.
you on the big win today. How do you feel taking down that religious military kid?
I take back what I said.
Yo, I got a question.
I
I got a question.
was-
Do you guys have
Me
Oh,
personally, I
Bacon
was
Bro's
rooting for
back.
Bacon, bro.
Bacon Bro's back. Look at him. Bacon Bro's back.
Or do you do this?
What did you say, Critical?
Like, do you record this or do you just do it for the love of the game?
We're actually
bro.
recording this for the first time right now.
Yo, get back, bro. Bacon, bro, you got
Yes,
this.
that is true. The bit was finally become, like, we finally determined the bit was funny enough to potentially turn into a video.
What do you want?
Where can I find this video?
Yeah, where can I find this video?
Yeah, it might have been smart of us to actually go make a YouTube channel before this.
Alright.
Yeah, I don't know, Jim.
Have a good night, man.
We will probably call it something along the lines of Jimtube.
Can I get the name of the YouTube channel?
Can we get the name? We gotta know. We gotta know, obviously.
Well, we
Likely
don't.
Jimtube or Jim and Jim Entertainment, something like that.
Shib Entertainment is awesome. If this does get published, I want everyone that watches this to like
Do
say,
eat carrots in a
Don't let
can.
them
these guys are
win.
epic. These guys are
Bacon,
epic.
bro, get your
Also,
get
and I
back.
will be the plug.
Get your get back, Bacon,
Will
bro.
be the plug. I will be the plug. I will be checking every day. Every day because that is awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
Jim! Oh my gosh, a generational rage bait back here. Almost too good to be true. Continuing strong here with tonight's presentation of the NRBL, the National Rage Bait League. We have someone claiming that every person with cancer, including your deceased grandmother, is a horrible person and deserves their demise. Now, Jim, when it comes to the art of rage bait and these new rookies, you gotta be able, it has to be within believable parameters, because no moral human being would ever say something so outrageous. So a lot of people likely won't believe this claim. They probably need to keep it in something more commonly controversial, perhaps something relating to religion, like we saw earlier. Another common one is misogyny. A lot of high-tier rage baiters use big topics like that, like the one we saw last week, Jim, talking about the country with a star in the middle of the flag that is blue and white. I got a warning last time I said that name. You know, big hot topics like that are often the ones that get the most people angry. Something so crazy like this claim about cancer likely won't be believed by many, and as you can see, more people are looking confused than are angry, Jim. What do you have to say about it, Jim?
Yeah, I don't know, Jim. I think this is such an outlandish claim to make that a lot of people might actually see straight through it and, are not going to, take it as rage bait. They're going to take it, or they're going to take it as rage bait. They're going to know that it's rage bait instead of falling for it. So I don't know that this tactic, a claim this outrageous might just be too far gone.
Exactly, and what you see in a lot of positions, whenever rage baitees figure out that the rage baiter is rage baiting, that's when you start to see the turns shift from offense to defense or defense to offense. That's when our rage baitees get to see the other side of the ball and they try to rage bait the rage baiter. And honestly, that's one of the most entertaining games to watch with a lot of possessions, interceptions, and fumbles. You know what I mean, Jim? So, honestly, we could see some, like, Rosie getting mad before any potential rage baitee. We'll just have to see here, Jim.
Yeah, I don't know, Jim. I don't know. I'm excited to see if anybody does fall for this, because if they do, I think it could be an absolutely insane game.
But for rage baiting.
Absolutely, because when a rage baiter does land a claim this outlandish, it's points beyond belief, but normally, it's high risk, high reward game out there, and only the most most expert and professional rage baiters can pull something off as big of a claim as this. So we'll have to see here if he can pull this off. He'll get an insane amount of points. However, if he doesn't, we'll definitely see him fall in the rankings here tonight.
Yeah, Jim, and as we sit here, we still haven't seen anybody actually try and argue with this guy at all.
Come on, Rosie.
I don't know if this one's going to work out well tonight, Jim.
Yeah, currently he is talking about the Roblox Corporation, which is a great corporation, one of the greatest corporations.
Come on. This is clearly glazed.
Sorry, I have to say that because I'm about to get VC banned. But I don't think he's gonna get a lot of game here tonight. There's not really just a big foundation to form some rage bait on. And let's turn our backs to them and find something more interesting. Our two former competitors, Zoe and Bacon Bro, are currently discussing after their heated argument and potentially talking about the game.
Jim and Jim, I'd like to ask, maybe not tonight, but at some point, could I get an exclusive interview with the two of you?
An exclusive interview?
Exclusive interview with the Jim and Jim.
Who's Jimmier?
I mean, I don't see why not.
Is the real question.
I mean, yeah, potentially, yeah.